It hasn't happened yet, or that story would be a lot higher in the show. But why is it important to both teams, Bontemps, to get a deal done sooner rather than later?
Well, as you said, Malika, not right now is the key phrase there, because clearly there's a lot of motivation on the Knicks side in particular, I think, to get this done. And let's just look at the Knicks point guard position, like I was just talking about. The last time the Knicks had an all-star point guard was Mark Jackson back in 1989. The last time they had an all-star guard was Allen Houston 20 years ago. So this is a franchise that has been waiting to get a star guard to build around for a very long time. And look, since Leon Rose got to the Knicks a couple of years ago to run the basketball operations department, the goal for this team has been to get star players. Leon Rose represented a ton of stars at CAA, guys like Donovan Mitchell. They went out and got a bunch of draft picks that could get them a guy like Donovan Mitchell. They signed contracts they could trade later to get a guy like Donovan Mitchell, and even went to Utah and signed Johnny Bryant to be on Tom Thibodeau's staff assistant coach. He was Donovan Mitchell's workout guy with the Utah Jazz. So you put all that together, Donovan Mitchell clearly seems to me to be a guy they need to get, and it also is a guy that gets them in the door, having a first star in the door, something they haven't been able to do in a long time. You can't get more stars till you get one. Donovan Mitchell might not get the Knicks in the playoffs or to the championship contention they want to be, but he'd give them a chance to build around somebody, which they haven't had the ability to do in several years.
Right. MacMahon, you cover Utah for us as well. How are they viewing all of this?
Well, certainly time is on the Jazz's side in the sense that Donovan Mitchell does have 3 years plus a player option remaining on his contract. But let's be honest, the Jazz don't want 34-year-old first-time head coach Will Hardy to go into training camp and have the Donovan Mitchell saga, the Donovan Mitchell drama, dominate the storyline on a day-to-day basis. We saw that happen with Stephen Silas in Houston when James Harden was forcing his way out. And it's a different situation. Donovan is not forcing his way out, but I think we all understand that Donovan Mitchell's strong preference would be to go ahead and get traded to New York. We've seen this train come down the track for quite some time now. And, you know, from the Jazz's perspective, they need to be able to turn the page sooner than later and commit full-blown to that rebuilding project. But we also understand Danny Ainge does not take discounts in trades, and that's going to be the priority, getting that maximum price for the
free agent, Richard. You know what NBA stands for, right?
What?
Never broke again.
No, well,
he's gonna make some money.
He's gonna make a whole lot of money.
The New York Knicks now able to make an overwhelming contract offer in the neighborhood of $110 million.
The Knicks are so desperate to be relevant that you can't kill them.
Haven't won a damn championship since 1973.
He's a guy that the Knicks are going to need.
Brunson on a run. Why not? Deep in his bag like the fries are at the bottom.
They haven't really had that kind of leadership at that position in a long time.
So Jalen Brunson is one of three notable moves the Knicks have made this offseason. They also signed center Isaiah Hartenstein from the Clippers, and then they re-signed their own center, that's Mitchell Robinson, to a 4-year deal. And Brunson's old team, the Mavericks, they traded for Christian Wood, and they also signed JaVale McGee. So how fun is this? We have my pal and yours. It's Tim Bontemps and everyone's favorite Dallas-based NBA reporter, Tim MacMahon, here to talk a little bit about Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. So Timmy B, I'm going to start with you. You're in New York. What will Brunson's role be with the Knicks?
Well, Malika, it would have been nice to ask Jalen Brunson about that this week when the Knicks decided to have a press conference with no media involved. But look, the Knicks have been waiting to find a point guard to be their franchise leader really for decades now, right? We've seen a revolving door at this position. Let's go back to last summer when they had a press conference where Kemba Walker is the latest guy that they hope would be the guy that would be their leader at the floor general spot and really be kind of the coach on the floor for this team. And I think, you know, when you look at Jalen Brunson being in Dallas with Luka Doncic, where he's playing off the ball sometimes, being sort of that secondary creator, I think in him coming to New York, a big appeal to him was that getting the chance to be the guy with the Knicks. Now, as we'll talk in a little bit, maybe down the road here, he'll have a fellow backcourt mate that will take away some of that ball handling responsibilities from him. But either way, with the contract they gave him, with the pursuit that they clearly went out to get Jalen Brunson over the past several months, it is clear he is going to be a critical piece for what they're doing going forward. And I think it gives them a chance to have some real stability at the point guard spot for the first time in a very, very long time.
Yeah, we've certainly seen that spot be something that rotates for them. To Dallas now, Tim MacMahon, what is the Mavs' top priority for just sort of the rest of the offseason to replace Jalen's production for them?
Well, obviously, they're going to continue to explore opportunities in the trade market, but they feel like with the return of Tim Hardaway Jr., who missed the second half of last season, all of the playoffs, that really kind of fills the scoring void. Spencer Dinwiddie steps into the starting lineup, and then they did trade for Christian Wood. Obviously, he's not a guard, but he provides a scoring threat, a shooter, kind of a little bit of playmaking in the front court that they did not have before. So while Brunson was a top priority, trying to keep him, they weren't able to do that. They do feel like they can replace the offensive punch with the moves that they've already made and just the return from injury by Tim Hardaway Jr.
Interesting. Okay, so Bontemps, you alluded to this, but a player that isn't a Knick right now is Donovan Mitchell. But New York and Utah, they have been linked to.
Say none.
I'm gonna guess 3.
2. Duncan.
I'm
Hardaway.
gonna say 5. I'll go over and say 5.
2. Duncan and Hardaway.
Lego got it wrong even when he knew the answer.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Come on, Legs. I mean, Legs is struggling today.
Oh my goodness.
All right, this Tim is a part owner of the Memphis Grizzlies. Who is this Tim?
Justin Timberlake.
I was going to say, that's the only one I could think of. There you go. Good job, MacMahon.
All right, this Tim made a three-pointer to force overtime, and in the 2006 playoffs, it was against the Lakers. Tim's team eventually completed a 3-1 comeback.
Tim Thomas.
Tim Thomas.
Good
one. That's a good answer.
I love it. All right, this Tim
Very good.
won the 2011 Conn Smythe Trophy for the Stanley Cup Playoffs MVP. Who is this Tim?
I can't name a single Conn Smythe.
That's also Tim Thomas.
Ding, ding, ding! He got it. It's another Tim Thomas. The Bruins.
What an athlete playing 2 winter sports at once.
Well, guess what I'm about to guess? I'm about to say Tim Thomas, no matter what this question
Yeah, see, there you go. Tim, you got to be faster with these answers, baby. All right, this Tim won the 2004 Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal of somebody in the movie Mystic River. Who is this Tim?
Tim Cruise.
Timothy Hutton.
Tim Robbins.
I was going to say Timothy Chalamet, but I knew that was wrong. I was going to say it as a joke.
I struggle with that, the name, the whole, yeah, it's bad. All right, who was the first Tim to win the Heisman Trophy?
Tim Tebow.
First
Tim Tebow.
Tim. The first Tim.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, Tim Tebow won in 2007. Tim Brown won.
Timmy Brown.
1987.
Dallas guy.
All right, this one, get creative once again. This Tim has won 4 Grammys, is a 3-time winner of the Songwriter of the Year award. Who is this Tim?
Can I go back to Justin Timberlake?
I was going to say Justin Timberlake
It's
again.
bad. Timbaland.
No
I told you, this is bad.
rough.
Gentlemen, thank you for at least making me laugh. I don't know if anybody else laughed, but frankly, I don't care because that just made my day. Gentlemen, I appreciate you stopping by. One of you Tims, please stick around because still to come on NBA Today, a Celtics player said what about the Warriors? I cannot wait for Wendy and one of the Tims to react to